Safe in 8 minutes, part 2. Program level. Here's Steve Matt again. He's outside digging for a new garage, but he's hitting something hard and find out that it's a rock. Then he looks around and find out that his neighbor's also out digging for a garage and also hits a rock. And they start talking about maybe it's the same rock. So that would be a big job. Steve Matt has an uncle, Bob, who has a tractor. So the guys are talking about getting Bob to come and help them. They don't need Bob, or Steve Matt can't afford Bob on his own. But when there are more people together with the same problem, then they can have Bob come and help both of them. Then it's okay. While these guys are outside talking, Peggy Oda is inside also thinking about garages and maybe what colors should they be. And she's going out to talk to Steve Matt about it. And before you know it, the neighbor's wife, the Green family, she's also coming out. And the two women start talking about what color should the garages have. They don't really know or they can't agree. But what they do agree is that they should get somebody, a specialist in colors, so the color woman to come and help them. So they would sponsor, they would share the cost for her, and then they can get some benefits of getting some really nice colors. Let's look at how that looks in Safe. So here's Safe, and here's the program level that's working together, if you will, the team level. The program level has an Agile release train, a product management team, a vision, etc. Let's take a closer look at some of those roles and some of those words. Here is the Agile release train as a metaphor for a program. The train stops at stations, but like most programs, a train keeps going and going. In Safe, a train is a home for people with competencies that are not needed in each individual team, but needed in the program as a whole. One example is the product management people that is responsible for the vision and the overall roadmap and the program backlog. Another example is the release train engineer, who is another word for program manager. And then there could be a number of other different roles that are needed, different competencies. Sometimes the more technical of these roles organize themselves in a system team. Let's look at how the program level and the team level is working together. So the system team is giving support to the individual teams, usually technical support like servers or procedures for different things, but that could be other things too. The product management team with their vision and roadmap and program backlog is giving overall direction to the teams, not detailed plans, but overall direction. In return, the program level is getting a certain level of commitment to the plans that are made in the release planning, the program increment planning, and also at the end of each program increment, the program level, you could say, is getting the program increment in return. So up here we see how the program increments, how the product is getting more and more complete as we go. There's something to say about the size of requirements or epics or features or whatever. People have different names for this, and maybe that's a part of the problem that Safe can help us solve. So here we see an Epic. So this is one program increment. This is the next program increment. And as we see here, epics go across program increments. So they're the biggest chunk of work, you could say, or biggest requirements. Features are made so that they fit within program increments, and user stories fit into the individual sprints that the teams have. So epics span releases, features fit in releases, and stories fit in iterations or in sprints. So what benefits are we getting out of the the release trains? We get best practices for the program level from thousands and thousands of projects around the world, programs around the world. All these experiences have been collected in a series of best practices, and so that's one of the benefits that we're getting by using the train metaphor and the program level. So that's one benefit. Another benefit is that we get well-defined and described words or concepts. So we don't need to come up with our own words for how to run agile projects in a bigger context. We can look at SAFe and take it from there.